Alright, hello, welcome back to the stream. As always, on these kinds of streams, you are currently listening to Stream Beats. This is the lo-fi playlist going right now. So, today we are going to be dealing with something a little different than usual. Basically, I have work I need to do today. Okay, maybe I should turn this down a little bit. That's better. So, as I was saying, I have a little bit of work I need to do today, which is actually technically game dev, so I can fit it into my stream today. It was going to be this, or I just sit here and kind of like look at it and then like do a little bit of work and then look at it and then do a little bit more work and just keep going back and forth like that for, you know, however long. I can also... Is this louder than normal? I feel like it is. It's not. Alright, I'm just going to turn this music down then to 30% should be good. Yeah, that seems good. Alright. So, here is the basic concept. And, you know what? Actually, I'm going to turn that down even further. Or 20%. I normally have it at 50, but I guess it's just... This playlist might be a little louder than I'm used to. Let's keep it at 30. That should be good. Alright. This is going to be a little awkward to share because it's kind of not really much to look at. Alright, so what you're looking at on this nice, incredibly... Sorry. Excuse me. I have some water here. What you're looking at on this nice, blinding white page are a couple notes I jotted down. And the basic concept of this is it is going to be a sort of vaguely educational... vaguely educational sort of board game thing where the players are going to be playing the game and trying to figure out, like, okay, we have this many resources, there's a natural disaster coming in, we need to figure out what kind of natural disaster it is, and then use that information to figure out which one of these resources are going to be good to stop it. That's the basic idea. The original idea was to use it in the context of a hurricane, but you can expand this out to, you know, various other things. You can ignore this one. This one's kind of whatever. And the standards thing here is because, like, literal educational standards have identification of a natural disaster before it occurs as one of their goals. Why do I have two Twitch tabs open? What? Why do I... Huh. It's weird. For some reason I had two Twitch tabs open on my thing. Alright. So the basic premise is you're going to be in Hawaii, because Hawaii has a couple good opportunities for natural disasters. You can have a tsunami because it's located on the ocean. You could not have earthquakes because it's in the middle of the Pacific plate, but you can have volcanic activity because the volcano's right there. It's literally a volcanic island. You can have hurricanes, and actually, hold on a second. Do hurricanes happen in Hawaii? They should, right? Yes, there are hurricanes that hit Hawaii. I guess they're just less common compared to the other ones. And also because there's less land out there, it's not usually cared about as much. Alright, so the basic premise is thus. Each player gets time... No, okay, so I should clarify. This is going to be like the intention here is to use this in a classroom environment, so you're going to have groups of students breaking up into groups of 2, 3, maybe 4. Each group is going to be given some amount of money to work with that they can use to buy supplies, rations, keys to other buildings, that sort of thing. And every group has time, and it's going to be the exact same amount of time for every group. You will have, let's say, 30 chits, 30 time chits. And each thing you do, specifically buying, upgrading, that sort of stuff, also has an associated time cost. The time cost is going to be stuff like bringing materials back and setting them up, preparing food, just moving to a different location. That way, everything is budgeted out accordingly, and you don't have like spare time hanging around because you went to the place and then you got a bunch of things at the same time and then you took it all back. Like, everything is sort of parceled up, and the time units are there to maintain the amount of stuff that anybody can do regardless of how many resources you have. Because if you have infinite money, you can buy all the wood you want, but you're going to run out of time when you try and build an entire house with it in face of an oncoming tsunami. I should probably make a note here. Tsunami, volcano, hurricane. What other natural disasters are there? Let me see. See, winter storm is not something that'll happen in Hawaii. I guess you could do like an unseasonably cold period of time, like a cold snap or something. What the hell is that noise? Anyway. Alright, so we got winter storm, flood. I could just do generalized flooding instead of tsunami. Tornadoes? Do tornadoes hit Hawaii? I doubt it, right? The islands of Hawaii rarely experience tornadoes, averaging about 1 per year? I didn't realize there were I didn't realize you could get tornadoes in Hawaii. Like, when was the last time there was a tornado in, like, New York? Because I feel like there's never a tornado here. There was a tornado in September? Huh. That's kind of wild. We get windstorms plenty of times, but I didn't know we got tornadoes. I also didn't realize Hawaii got tornadoes. I thought that was a thing that like required specific kinds of air patterns to exist. I guess they're just better in Hawaii, in like Kansas and stuff. All right, tornado. Okay, I know this won't happen, right? There can't have been an earthquake in Hawaii. That wouldn't make any sense. A magnitude 4.2 Earth? Where the fuck did they get an earthquake from? How? That was last week. How? Where the fuck is the epicenter for an earthquake in Hawaii? How are earthquakes caused in Hawaii? Eruptive processes. They're caused by eruptive processes within the active volcanoes or by deep structural adjustments due to the weight of the islands on Earth's underlying crust. Okay. Well, I'm learning something new today. So, Hawaiian earthquakes are actually caused by Hawaii itself. That's weird. I guess it's kind of like, maybe it's kind of like how we have the very occasional earthquake on the East Coast. Like, I've felt like maybe 2 earthquakes here. Both have been incredibly minor, but we've had them. Maybe it's just like a weird instance of the East Coast just being heavy enough to push down the crust and then it rebounds after a period of time or something. I don't know, because we definitely don't have any volcanoes around here. Anyway, it just turns out they have earthquakes. How about that? It turns out Hawaii is actually pretty awful. Okay, so winter storm. Has there ever been a winter storm in Hawaii? Last year. Last year there was a winter storm in Hawaii. Oh my god, are you serious? Are you for real? Hawaii has been hit by every kind of natural disaster? Okay, what else we got? Winter storm, flood. Flooding is easy. You just have water levels rise for whatever reason. Tsunami will do that. Hurricane will do that. Tornado, hurricane, earthquake, wildfire. Have there been wildfires in Hawaii? Hawaii Wildfire Management Organization. Okay, then. Turns out that Hawaii has literally every single kind of natural disaster listed here on the Department of Homeland Security website. Fuck. Good to know. Jesus. Okay. Okay, so we have my natural disasters listed out here. Each one of those is going to be, the different thing that people have to work around. Time is going to be, let's say, 30 tokens. That'll be... Token doesn't have to be a minute. It can be like an hour. Or it can be, however long. The idea basically is just you're trying to prevent whatever is going on. It may be an hour, maybe 10 minutes. Doesn't really matter. The important thing is that you don't have enough time to escape the island. Another thought I had was that the time costs could also be used to upgrade your defenses. So let's say, for example, you buy food. You have rations. You have the ability to get, you get, let's say, 100 rations. That's too much. Let's say you get 5 rations. That's enough to feed 5 people for one day. Buying that, let's say buying rations doesn't cost a time to use, but each one will only last one day, and it's going to get much more expensive as you do that. However, you can spend 1 time token to increase it by 1 day. So by spending 1 time token, that gives you 2 days of survival. Then, if you spend 2 tokens, so for a total of 3, that lasts you for 3 days. You spend 6 tokens, a total of 6, that lets you survive for 4 days per that. So you have to budget out how much time you can have in addition to how much money you're willing to spend. Because if rations are time-free, then you can spend a lot of money just to buy them, and that gives you a lot of time to free up and prepare other defenses in similar ways. Like maybe you can use wooden planks to help you shore up your building structural capabilities, or maybe you can buy sandbags and put them up around your building in order to prevent flooding. That sort of stuff. And then, that could be something like better ration or food prep. All right, let's see here. I should see something here. Don't I have a map creation program? Was it Incarnate? There's a Happy Island designer thing I could use. Fantasy map generator? Oh, that actually might be useful. Okay, polygon map generator. Hold on. Load this thing up. Oh, that is good looking, honestly. So let's look at this here. Doesn't need to be this large. Make it pretty tiny. That looks good. No, this isn't quite what I need either. This isn't quite what I need either. Do I have a better thing I could use for this? Let's see, island generators, maps generator. Oh, this actually looks good. Okay, these are this is a fantasy land generator. This is another fantasy land generator. Okay, hold on. I did just download that thing, didn't I? Let me see. I've got a program I downloaded. It was called Drakon World Builder. Let's take a look at what this looks like. Oh, wow. This is not what I was expecting. Wow, this is just straight up just made a world map. Wow. Oh, wow, that is... Huh. Okay, this is interesting. Not what I need, though. God, what was that thing I got? I have like a... I bought a bunch of... I bought some kind of map thing. Some kind of fantasy map thing that keeps pestering me with new downloads. Maybe it's in my trash? It was Pro Fantasy. Yeah, it's Pro Fantasy software. There we go. Why did I get this thing again? Right, it was like... Oh, what did I fucking own from this? I owned something from this website. Orders, profile, downloads. There we go. Campaign cartographer, city designer, perspectives. CC3+. There it is. Right. Hi, Nerd Parade. Thanks, but no thanks. Doge hype. I bet I'm going to see this as a spam bot soon enough. Alright, let me just go take care of this then. Actually, no, you know what? Created September 12, 2022? No, you're getting reported. sorry if you're a real person, but also don't go just like showing up as your first thing with a copy pasta of like selling a service. Just don't do that. Don't do that. Just don't do that. Simple. Okay, well, I've got that island thing set up. God, I don't know how to use this program at all. Is this CAD? Is this fucking CAD? Is this literally just a CAD? I think this is CAD. Oh, this is not what I was expecting at all. It's like a fucking... I know it's not showing up on stream right now. I'm just checking this thing out. Bizarre. Wow, that is a big old building. Yeah, this is CAD. This is weird. This is straight up like a version of CAD designed specifically for making D&D maps. This is real weird. Perspectives menu. Oh, and you can actually use it to make 3D rooms too. Or rather, isometric rooms. This is straight up CAD. This is just straight up... This is just CAD. This is weird. This is really weird. This is really weird. Wait, I can project this? This is bizarre. Okay, I'm not gonna use this. This program is not what I need, but it is interesting. So here's what I did find instead. prideout.net/He-Man. This allows me to just generate an island map. Which is pretty nifty. Okay, so what I can do with this is I can actually just rip this image, I can just save the image, import it into Photoshop, I actually do like this island in particular. This is a good one. So I'm just going to save this one. Yeah, that works. All right, I can use this island. This will be like the base island. This will be the volcano. The city can be like here or something. I don't know. I don't like having all these smaller islands up top here because I feel like... Actually, no, those might be useful. Those might be useful. Because if you're doing stuff with a tsunami or a volcano, you could like go over here and be away from this. Hey, Soda, how are you doing? Oh, actually, this might be useful because I could go here for the hurricane part, which is nice and like enclosed. This could be like a little lake area. Just go there. The hurricane will like, the winds will come through, but it'll be like sort of enclosed there or something. I don't know. That'd be nice. Yeah, hey Soda, how you doing? Actually, I have been rarely on, unfortunately. I have been very busy for the last couple weeks, and just, I have not been able to stream. So, this is like this is the first week I've actually been able to get back on some kind of schedule. And even then, I'm doing work right now. This is not just like a funsy time stream. This is me doing like work, which also happens to be a funsy time stream. Anyway, I've saved this image. Let's generate a new one. Just see what it looks like. Ooh, this might be good too. Ooh, that's cool. Look at this. Yeah, right? I wish I was getting paid for this. One thing I would have liked is to have the mountain in the center be taller, because there is a lot of elevation visible throughout all this stuff, but it's like too tall. Ooh, fancy. Right, I did see the soda cup stuff. I did see that. Like, honestly, I would love to join in, but I have been like too busy to play video games. I have not actually been able to play a video game in like 2 weeks. It sucks. Yeah, no worries. I get it. I hope it goes well, though. Yeah, I don't like this island as much. How's this one look? Ooh. Ah. Mmm. Okay. Oh, hey, Ludon. How you doing? How things going with you? Okay, this I can work with. This I can definitely work with. It's relatively low-lying. There are clear delineations on heights. So you can have, like, this part be the, like, inhabited section of the island. This will be, like, the sort of the wilds are in the north part. Volcano here. This is for a project I'm working on, so actually I can go back here. The basic idea, don't mind the fact that it's blinding eye-searing white. The basic premise is that it's going to be sort of board game kind of thing for students to learn about how to survive with different natural disasters and how it would, like, how to tell which one's coming, and then use that to try and, like, use that information to try and, like, figure out how to best prepare for whatever's about to hit. So I'm trying to generate a, quote, Hawaiian island for them to do this on, because actual Hawaii I don't think would be a good idea. let me take a look at Hawaii, Honolulu, I should say. Honolulu's pretty big too. It is a big island. Yeah, there's enough there for a bunch of places. Like, this could just be one of the, like, other Hawaiian islands in the chain. Wait, no, Honolulu's the city. Hawaii's the island. Anyway, yeah, I like this island, though. This island's good. Hey, Potato, how you doing? Okay, let's regenerate. Let's get another one. I want one more island to work with, just in case. This one's not bad. This one's not bad, but this is very much... Like, given how tall the center of this island is, it's not the best for, like, living on? Ah, very cool. Like, what are you learning? Yeah, I'm not a big fan of this island. I want to get one more good island before I do this. Ah, yes. Sequel. That's always a pain. Gotta learn about all the, ways to call the information in. This isn't bad. This one's not bad. There's a pretty good flat area right here where you can have a lot of stuff happening. There's an island here if you want to go off island, and there, I suppose, but right here. Flooding, you could easily flood up pretty high on this. That's good to hear, at least. Yeah, I think this is good. Ooh, actually, given how big this island is, this is actually very good, because this gives me a lot of room to have, like, a wildfire all across this top side of the island, basically. Like, you can have the city down in this part of it. You can have, like, the wildfire threat zone up here. You could have plenty of flooding in this, because this is sort of a lowland area. Make this a volcano right here. Yeah, make this a volcano. Then for winter storm stuff. Winter storm is just kind of general cold snap stuff, so I don't need to worry about that too much. Tsunamis are tsunamis. Volcano, yeah, of course. Hurricane, yeah. Hurricane actually makes it harder because there's no good place to hide on this one. So that would work. Flooding, sure. Tornado. I think this is a keeper. I don't know what's going on with my computer. It takes so long to download things now. All right, let's do one more. One last one. Nah, I'm not feeling it. Same thing as same thing as the previous one here. There's not really enough like room for a city to exist here, unless the city is like, unless this is a very large island. Like, there's just not enough room for like a city to exist in this crevice, I feel like. Same deal. Ooh, this is promising. This is pretty promising. This is a good one. This does fit my criteria, but I think it's almost too complex. Because, like, you've got... This is probably where you'd have most of the civilization stuff right here. But then you have all this stuff over here, which is its own separate zone. You have all this stuff over here. This is like a separate... Like, it's just too much. There's too much going on here. There's too much to work with. I think just having this... Like, I think the third one I got is probably the best one. So let's stick with that. All right, I'm going to open up Photoshop now. Excuse me? Why can't I see anything? Fucking what? Why can't I see anything? What? Why did it download blank images? Oh god, really? What was that website again? I'm really annoyed. That was a good... I had a good one. Anyway, this is part of a school project thing where I'm trying to make an educational game to help students learn how to deal with natural disasters. I'm really pissed off about that. It's really bumming me out. Thankfully, it looks like we got a pretty decent one here. Like, this is a good spot for the city to exist, just right around here. Sort of in this bay. Then you have all this territory out here. You got an island over there. Yes, that is correct. Yeah, okay. I'll save this one for starters. Somebody gave it to me. I don't know. I literally did not pick it. What am I doing? I can literally get my map back. I'm streaming this. Yeah, no, somebody changed my name to something and just I never bothered to change it back at all. That's literally it. Okay, was it that one or was it this? That was the first one. I think that was the one I wanted. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, hold on a second. Ooh. Okay, now this was one. This is the one. Okay, so I'm just going to do a print screen. Yeah, well, it's not really cooperating. What I did is I just did a print screen of my entire... Are you serious? It didn't print screen the correct screen. Oh, no, it did. Okay, that's fine then. Funny joke. Okay, here, I can share this screen as well now. Okay, so we are looking at Photoshop right now. There we go. So this is a screen cap from the stream that's currently going, because I'm streaming, which means I got to record everything I'd done. This is the one right here. Look at this. Yeah, well, you know, I've got to do what I got to do, right? All right. So we do this. Put that out. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. We got it now. Oh, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Okay. There's a mouse on my screen. You know what? That's fine. The mouse can be part of the decor. Oh, right. I closed my Twitch. All right. I forgot to reopen the Twitch dashboard for the purposes of tracking things. Ha ha ha. All right. There we go. So now we've got to fill in an island here. And this is just going to be like an overview map of the island. So I don't even need this whole external... Whoop, not that. I don't even need this whole external part. Just call me John or Iota or whatever works. Okay, let's put that there. Right there. Right there. And right there. Because I don't need the rest of this stuff. Like, this is all empty ocean, effectively. I don't need any of that. I only need the main island. There we go. Nice bite-sized chunk of island to look at. So, up top is going to be trees. We're going to call that... Let's make this, and we're also going to add new layers. Because I want to keep this normal just in case. By the way, can this show up? Okay, that window does not show up. Good. Alright, so we're going to call this the... Well, actually, you know what? I could probably do this instead. Polygon. It's not what I wanted. I need the, like, line connect thing. I don't remember how to do that. All right, anyway, let's do this first. So I'm going to do an ellipse. We're going to make this nice and, like, yellow. That seems to stand out pretty good. Actually, you know what it should be? It shouldn't be that. It should be a custom shape. Oop. It should be a custom shape, and it should be this, a thumbtack. There we go. Perfect. That's what you want to see. Black, maybe? I can't... That doesn't look quite right. Yellow doesn't look quite right, or white doesn't look quite right either, so... I don't know, why does it only... Yeah, lighter yellow, probably. So let's put that right there. This will be the this will be the volcano, right here. So maybe like that. Maybe if I blend it. Who's calling? Hold on. I'll be back in a moment, actually. Okay. Let's try blending this a bit. Thank you. Hey, that looks decent enough. I can work with that. It's actually not that good, but it's good enough. And that's what counts. And now I can just duplicate this. Let's duplicate that. Let's put that up here. Put another one. What do you mean? There's no mouse pointer there. What are you talking about? There's nothing there. Put a pointer up there too. Yeah, it's really the only spot it works. Okay, perfect. I know exactly where to put the last one. Let's put it right there. Okay, that works. So let's get some tags out now. I need to get... I want to get like a PNG of a luggage tag. Yeah, I think that'll work. Hold on a second. Is this a No, it's not transparency. Is this one a transparency? It is not transparency. Is not going to work either. You know what? I'm just going to take this one I found first and just clip out the stuff manually. What do you mean you can't parse that file? It's a PNG. I am, actually. This is, in fact, a analog board game. Because you're going to get bored out of your fucking mind playing it. Also, hi, Minbron, how are you doing? What do you mean you can't parse the file? It's a PNG. Doing all right. Busy. This is technically actually work I'm doing, classwork kind of stuff. So that's why I'm getting away with streaming it, because it's work I have to do, but also, I mean, I can just stream it because it's game dev technically. I am in fact developing a game of some kind. There we go. It took that long to do. Literally just wanted to import this into Photoshop. Actually, given that current state of this, I probably need to do like this. Because this is a fake transparency. Everyone's favorite thing. I despise literally everyone who uses a fake transparency on their website. Just the worst kind of people. Just the worst. There's no saving grace to be found. If you do this, you are the scum of the earth. Do I need this little string? No. I don't even think I'm wrong in saying that. I don't even think that's an incorrect statement. It's like people who use WebP files on websites now. Or whatever the fuck. Oh, it's weird. Okay, that makes more sense. Or whatever the fuck goes on with, like, whatever that website was called. Fandom. Whenever you try and download an image from Fandom, it just does not let you. You have to go through like a dozen intermediate steps in order to download it. It's such a pain. Get out of here. Alright. Ellipse tool. Clean that up. And this. Layer view copy. There we go. Last one. It's been a minute since I did an image cleanup like this. Used to be pretty decent at it. Redraw entire whole manga panels from scratch because they were fucking just ruined by the original scanning process. Now, granted, it's been quite a minute since I've done that, so. There we go. Looks good, doesn't it? Can't even tell it was there. Merge those layers. Good. Alright, save as PNG. Let's save that on my desktop. That'll work. I shouldn't have done that. That was stupid. Whatever, it's fine. That was actually a very stupid thing to do, but whatever, it works. Alright, now we just shrink this down. I wish I could do a 9 slice. Maybe I can do a 9 slice. Let me see here. Is it possible to do a 9 slice? 9 slice Photoshop. Photoshop does not offer 9-point scaling. Okay, let's do it this way then. Actually, I can't remember. Is this going to do this? Okay, it goes on the line. Perfect. That's what I wanted. Just because doing this can sometimes be a little finicky. Trying to do stuff like that. Ironically, I think this would be easier to do in Game Maker. This Game Maker does have 9 slice in it. I don't really know how to do this. Like, what I want to do is, like, cut this section off as its own thing. Which maybe I can just do layer via cut. Yeah, like, this is why I don't like doing this sometimes, because it's gonna, like, it's gonna go on the wrong side of the line. I want to stop there. No, wrong one. All right, so each of those bits is now separated out by itself. Now that whole chunk is done by itself, and I think that's probably fine. Let's see if I can do this. The answer is, in fact, no. No, I cannot. Annoying. You know, in fact, I can just delete this one. No, because this is a whole thing now. Only other way to do it would be to go like this, copy the whole thing in layer like this, and then cut it here, and then just duplicate all those bits. Or I guess I could just do this and make it look ugly. Alright, let's add some text to this. Font. Okay, that's gonna be the nature reserve. This will be. I gotta think of a name for this too, by the way. Let's go here. I'm gonna go Hawaiian word for explosion. Explosion in Hawaii is pahu. Duplicate that layer. There. I'm gonna have to pick a different font. I have a great many fonts. This is not one of them that will work for this. Acme. Minion Pro? Minion Pro. Where's Minion Pro? I don't even see it. There. All the same font now. How about that? I could probably decrease this font size as well because it's a little too large. 18's good. Okay, now let's shrink this down a great deal. There, so it's not covering up the entire island. This first one should also be. This one should probably move over to like here. Yeah, exactly. That's the problem, isn't it? go. Actually, forget that. I'll just copy this one over. All right, and okay, so this is 18-point font. Font. Minion Pro. Why is it bold? I don't need bold. Regular. There you go. What should the island be called? I'm gonna call it Mount Danger. I'm gonna call it Hawaiian word for danger. Danger in Hawaiian is Maka'u. Which is noun danger. So this will be the Maka'u Nature Reserve. There we go. So the entire island was called Danger. Also, I'm going to redo these pins real quick because this is not a good color for them. Not this. That's not a good color for them either. Let's go with black. Doesn't quite pop though, you know? I'm gonna go with black, and we're gonna add a stroke, white stroke. That looks good. Yeah, I think that'll work. Black with a white stroke. Although I could also just do this and add a black stroke to these. There you go. Maybe 1 pixel. 1. Still not great. Maybe if I do a glow? Try doing a glow instead. Outer glow. Change that color down to like a darker. No, I don't like it. Doesn't look good. Does not look good. How about drop shadow? Ooh, yes, drop shadow. That's what you want. Increase that opacity a bit. Yeah. Yeah, now that's what you want. Look at that. Give a little bit of that 3D effect going on. I should probably do a little bit of something on the tags as well, come to think of it. Let's add a little bit of a drop shadow of those as well. Well, it doesn't need to be as... Yeah, that looks good. About a 50% drop shadow. Or rather 50% opacity. Yeah. See? That looks pretty decent. I'm going to put the city down here. Yeah, let's put the city there. Okay, layer. Then we're going to put one there. And the last one is going to go right here. I'm going to move this one over here. Hold on a second, where is it? I'm going to move this one up a wee bit, just so you can kind of see the like, shape of this little, I don't know what best to call it, like land bridge kind of thing. Yeah, there you go. Now you can kind of see how that looks. A little bit more clarity. Okay, now we're gonna see. What's the word for survival? Survival is hola. So this thing is just going to be called Hola City. Because you might want to go to the lighthouse. And we're going to call this one... what would be a good name for this? I need to think of a good name for this resort. How about... what would be a good name for this? What would be a good name for... I'm going to think about this for a minute, and I'll be back in like a minute. I'm going to get some water for myself while I ponder on what a good name for a resort would be. So I'll be right back. All right, so here's my thought. Like, it's supposed to be like it's gonna be like tropical paradise, right? So you need to think of something that's like a paradise name, like azure or ocean or sea foam, something like that. So how about like blue western or western blue or something like that? Because you've got the deep blue sea in the west, because it's in the Pacific. And that's really it. That's all I got. So how about something like Paradise Docks Resort? There, that's a good name. It's basically right off on the ocean. You got room for boats and stuff. Maybe carnival cruises come in there. But it's a resort. That's what it is. It's going to be like the nice place. And Paradise Docks. All right, so that's generated the island. The island has now been created, and we got one last thing to do. I need like a logo font. Ooh, Valeria looks good. Lofty goals. Assassin Ninja. I need like a postcard font. Oh, Illustrator. That explains it. Okay, so I know what kind of look I want now. So let's do this anymore. Let's see, font. Let's make this nice and big so I can see what I'm working with. Let's also make it white. And no, that's not the right feeling for it. Neon lights, no. I have a great many fonts, so this is going to be a thing to select. That's not it. No. No. Ooh. Ooh, yes, actually, Indiana Jones. Okay, now we get the hard part, which is finding a font that works for this U. I don't think it's gonna work. I might have to go with just a regular U. I might have to go with a regular U and then draw the line in personally. Swap these two. Treasure map will be the... You shut up. You be quiet. You quiet. I forgot about the mouse pointer. What mouse pointer? Huh? What mouse pointer? Unbelievable. Trying to tell me it's a mouse pointer there. Crazy people. Crazy people. I don't know what to do with these people. Alright, so let's see. Hahu Island. Alright, and then this one. Let's go. This one is welcome to. Now, this one also we are going to arc up. Bulge? No. Arch? Yeah, I like this. Just need to modify that text a wee bit and we'll be good. That looks good. I think I should get a, hold on, let's see here, PNG compass. Give me an actual transparency, goddammit. Fine, it's a JPEG. I can use this. It's not a JPEG? What the fuck is an AVIF? I don't trust this website. I can trust this though. Oh god, I forgot I downloaded that weird thing. There's a weird ass game sort of thing I downloaded that I completely forgot about called Sun VR, which I downloaded because what it is it's a game about, you're like standing on a Japanese high school rooftop, you know the type, and you're sitting there and there's a girl in front of you and she's going baka, and she's like hitting your chest because it's a tsundere love confession or whatever. But the reason I have it is because it works with my VR haptic feedback vest. So I put it on and I turn on the VR tsundere confession simulator so that the little girl can like hit my chest while she's pretending to hate me because she really loves me too much, so I can feel it on my VR vest. God, I completely forgot I had that thing installed. Why do I still have that installed? I gotta get rid of that. It's really funny, don't get me wrong, but it's also like completely wasted time and space on my computer. There's no reason for me to have it still. Not a big fan of these letters. These are kind of awful looking. In fact, this is really bad looking up close. So let's just get rid of that. Oops. Let's get rid of all that. And I'll probably go with Fedora for this. Where's Fedora? Where's that fucking... Where's this font? I literally was using it. The hell? I just need an N. Get it. Okay, sure. You know what? This is actually a perfectly fine N. Is this the Netflix N? Or not Netflix, Netscape N? Because it looks like the Netscape N. Okay, this one is, let's make it 24 point. It's a little easier to work with that way. There. Hey, that looks pretty decent. If I do say so myself. Look at that. You got stuff up in the corner there to tell you north, south, east, and west. You got the locations all labeled out. You've got welcome to Pahu Island just splattered across the bottom there like a postcard. Oh, actually, you know what? You know what else? I'm going to do this. Postcard. Postcards have like the mail stamp location. Although that's on the back, isn't it? Yeah, postcards don't have that on the front. This'll do. I'm just gonna modify Welcome to Pahu Island a little bit. What'd be a good color for this? Actually, you know what? I think a gradient overlay would be nice. Something like a... Yeah, that looks good. Add a gradient overlay, throw in maybe a stroke around that so it's... maybe instead of a stroke, outer glow. That looks good. Drop shadow. About 10 pixels down. That outer glow, I think, could probably be a little less. Like 50%. There you go. That looks good. That kind of looks good, I think. Let's add another one here and make this sort of like a greener color, maybe? Yeah, that kind of looks nice and tropical. It's legible, it's tropical, it's colorful, it's fun, it's fancy. I could see going here. I would go to this island, wouldn't you? Knowing full well that it's gonna have a giant series of natural disasters drop on it at any time. Honestly, I think I might do better with a stroke instead of an outer glow. Maybe not a black stroke, though. Maybe like a... Definitely not a white stroke. Maybe a black stroke, but maybe I turn it down to like 2 or 1. And I have the outer glow still. Yeah, that looks good. I think I should do the same thing for the welcome too. Hey, look at that. That looks good, if I do say so myself. I'm just going to save this now, and I'm going to put it into a folder in my documents so I can come back here and fix this should I need it. Excellent. So now that Pahu Island has been created, now we got to do the hard part. That was entirely set up. That was 100% just set up for this. Oh God, it's a whole thing. All right, you know what? We're going to do this the other way. We're going to make an Excel sheet. So, hold on for a second while I just turn this off. Okay, so now we got to do the actual setup. So we're going to take a look at a bunch of stuff, and it's going to be like... let's figure out how much I got to work with here. And I got to rebalance numbers and stuff like that. So let's do food to start off. Let's say food costs 100 money. Time cost is 0. Effect plus 1 day. Day survived plus 1. Added time bonus. The added time bonus is basically the day is they're gonna last longer, because if you spend more time on your rations, then you're gonna be able to increase how long they're gonna be good for. You can cook them, you can ration them out better, you can do prep to make it work better. Now let's go with like wooden planks. Let's make these cost 100 as well. I'll figure out how much these things should cost later. Time cost 1. 2. Transport setup. Effect stability plus 1. Added time bonus stability plus 1. Disaster type, this will work specifically on earthquake, hurricane. It's really, I guess I should probably write down their disaster types real quick. Just so I have the list handy. Okay, so earthquake, hurricane. It's not going to do shit against a tornado. Nothing's going to do shit against a tornado besides just like not being in the path of the tornado. Winter storm, nothing's going to do. I mean, planks, I guess you could use to like, not in the course of stability. You'd want firewood. You can't just use planks for that. I mean, you can, but shh. Tsunami. No, honestly, tsunami wouldn't do nothing. Nothing you would be able to do like this would help against tsunami. Volcano, wooden planks. Hurricano, yes, because you can help stable your building a little bit since hurricane winds aren't quite as extreme as tornado winds. Flooding, not really going to help there. Tornado, not going to help there. Earthquake. So earthquake and hurricane will be helped by added stability in your living environment. Let's go with sandbags. Money cost 100, time cost 1, mostly transport. Effect, stability +1. Should I just have everything key off specifically stability and days survived? I could also have things like comfort, but that's kind of biting off more than I can chew at the moment. I just need to like figure out how I'm doing stability here. These ones only are going to work for like flooding, hurricane. I should probably just work around hurricanes right now. I'm going to work around hurricanes specifically, and then the other stuff can happen later if I want to do things there. Also, I will be back in uno secundo. All right. Oh, also, hey Mixalani, how you doing? Ooh, nice. Hopefully it turns out well. That was the one with like the giant rooms and stuff for Rain World, right? tech spots. Also, Mixalani, I've got a question for you, actually. Do you live in a place that has some variety of natural disaster happen? Anything. Flooding, winter storms, tornadoes, hurricanes, whatever. Okay. That's not that crazy. Because I'd love to know more about, like, general natural disaster prevention tips for people who live in zones that have more extreme weather. Or events, I should say. Yeah. Oh well. Let's see here. Strengthen home. I guess strengthen my home is where I'd want to look. Hello, Phileas Fogg. How are you doing? It has been some time. It's better than nothing. Probably. That's pretty rough. Godspeed. That is good. All right, busy with work, just doing stuff. This is work I'm doing here, which I'm kind of getting distracted by a little bit. Alright, anyway, I need to figure out how to do... I need to figure out more things I can do to help prepare my house against hurricanes. Also, can I do like a... Isn't there a way to do like... data validation? Oh, it only lets you pick specific ones. No, I wasn't. I'm in New York, so I'm nowhere near it. But I'm trying to like set up a thing that's sort of a simulation of what you would do in the earthquake scenario. Basically. Is there a way to do data validation with multiple selections? let's see here. Data validation, multiple selections. VBA code on the back end. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna fuck with that. Just take off that data validation. All right, good luck with that. Hope it goes well with that and your finals. Okay. Trying to think of what else would be a good thing to buy. Let's get like a generator. Generator is going to cost like 2 times 100 money. Adds, I don't know, what it would add? It wouldn't add stability. I should do, water filters. Let's see. Things to buy in case of a hurricane. First aid kits. Ooh, that's a good one. Let's see. First aid kit. No, that's not going to be good. Water filters, air filters. Space heater. Maybe, okay, maybe I should do stuff like Maybe each storm has like a different kind of thing it works on. So, for example, a tornado is like all structure because that is literally all it does. It wipes out an area of like structural integrity. An earthquake is structure and I don't know what else. A winter storm would be like illness or something because it's... I could do like a diamond, maybe. A diamond grid. A tsunami is going to be a combination of structure, illness, and other stuff. A volcano is going to be like structure, illness, and other stuff as well. A hurricane is going to be structure. Flooding is going to be structure, illness, maybe something else. Okay, let me see here. Is there a thing I can just generate like a... Generate a 5-point graph? Or is it a star chart? Star chart. That's not... No, I don't want to... What is the thing called where it's like a hexagon and each like point of the hexagon has a different stat associated with it? Radar chart. It's a radar chart. There we go. There's a radar chart generator. So you got like structure, illness, I see max is 10, so I can set to like max 5. There we go. So what would be another good attribute? Okay, maybe illness, injury, destruction. Illness, injury, destruction. Oh, there's actually a list here. That's convenient. It's not like a solid list, but like 5 effects of natural disasters, disruption through damage to property, physical injury or death, psychological distress, displacement of individuals and families, and prolonged disruption to a broad range of services upon which the communities rely. Okay. Ooh. Okay, so here's what it can be. It can be like destruction, disruption, and fear? Because displacement is kind of whatever in this scenario. What's a... Oh, is it like you can add dialogue to an NPC or something? Oh. Oh, okay. I misunderstood. When you said chatbots, I thought it was like an in-game thing for something, but it's actually like bots that you're talking to, like Talk to Transformer. I see now. Yeah, I think... Okay, yeah, I think these 5 are going to be the one I'm going to go with. So the 5 stats are going to be illness, injury, destruction, disruption, and fear. So, injury is pretty clear. It's bodily harm done to the person. Illness will be a lack of nourishment and or hygiene issues / contamination. Fascinating, so you can try to fill up holes in their characteristics on the go based on their character. Does sound intriguing. That might be like a... It might be a fun thing to just play around with one day, because I did do that one... I think I did a stream with Project Winter a while back, which was very similar, but I didn't really get too deep into that. Disruption. Destruction is going to be... Oh, that's... Wow, they actually managed to pull that info out somehow in the bot? How did they get that info in there? Fear. Fear is going to be just like mental well-being. So wait, that didn't happen? Asking the bot, you did not ask the bot that, or that's just an example? Right, but I mean, like, how did the bot get that information? How did the bot know who Philip is? I think, you know what? Okay, so it was a bot created specifically to take the information about Philip from Ruina, and then I guess people just filled in the info. Okay, this is starting to come together, though. I'm starting to see the path. So what I can do is fear will be like the overall god stat, as it were. God stat's not quite what I want to call that, but yeah, I think I got it. Anyway, I'll also be back in a uno momento again. Don't drink too much water. It's not good on your streaming. All right. Okay, that explains it then. I understand now how the bots work. I imagine you probably have to pay to create the bots, though. Right. So this here actually sort of This actually lets me create a tier maker for this. I mean, yeah, that's how AI works. AI is not actually an intelligence. AI is a series of... AI is basically just a series of algorithms that aggregates data, averages them out, and says, okay, this is the most likely thing that I should say in this scenario. Like, if you feed an AI a bunch of information about what a cat looks like, let's say you feed an AI 1,000 different pictures of cats, and you say, okay, this is what a cat looks like. These are different breeds of cat. This is a long-haired cat. This is a short-haired cat. This is an Egyptian whatever cat. This is a Norwegian forest cat. This is a lion. Like, all that sort of stuff. You feed that information in, the AI will average out information, and when it looks at a picture, it'll go, okay, this is a cat of this kind. But because it only works on data you've given it, it will never be able to look at a picture of a dog and say, oh, that's not a cat. It'll look at it and go, that is this kind of cat. And it'll decide what kind of cat the dog is based on which kind of cat looks closest to being the dog. That's how AI works. AI does not have the ability to perceive things that are too far out of its range, as it were. So, honestly, if anything is in there from this Philip bot, it was probably put in there by someone who has a headcanon. There's a very good chance it was just somebody's headcanon that said this is how they got it. I don't know how the creation process for one of those bots goes. Anyway, back to what I was doing here. So here's what I'm going to do. Or here's my thought, rather, for this process. These 4 stats, injury, illness, and disruption and destruction, are going to be... yeah, maybe... Those are going to be like the 4 stats that any storm is going to be working on. For example, a winter storm is not actually very destructive in terms of like damage to local property, but it is very disruptive, especially in an area that's not used to it. Roads close down, utilities become unavailable, pipes burst, that kind of stuff. So it's not going to destroy your house, but it will make it impossible to go out and get supplies. It's also not going to hurt you necessarily. I mean, you can get frostbite or something, but it's not going to like hurt you. But it will give you illness. You will catch a cold, you will catch the flu, you'll get sick, you'll have to stay indoors and get heated up in order to overcome it. You might catch hypothermia. So it'll cause harm to you in that way. The exact opposite, for example, would be, let's say, a tornado. Tornado's not going to get you sick. Tornado isn't even necessarily going to disrupt like a large amount of local infrastructure. I mean, it might, it probably will. It'll rip up some power lines, but it's not going to like shut down a city necessarily. But if it hits you, the tornado will hurt you a lot, and it'll also destroy whatever it comes across, basically. So those are the 2 extremes that we're going with here. A winter storm is basically the opposite of a tornado. And everything that happens there leads to fear. Fear of dying, fear of getting sick, fear of being run out of your house by the storm, fear of being killed, fear of whatever. And fear is the stat that you actually have to maintain and like manage. Everything you're buying is basically being bought to counteract fear. You buy wooden planks, not to like increase the stability stat. This is, I can do whatever there. Actually, this lets me even do like a category system where the hurricane is more powerful and does more mental damage to you. But you don't buy wooden planks because it'll, You don't buy wooden planks because it'll prevent your house from falling apart. You buy wooden planks to prevent your house from falling apart, which will cause you to get fearful of the outside being able to like damage you more thoroughly by breaking through your house. You don't buy the sandbags because, you know, it's a good thing to have and it'll keep your basement from flooding. You buy the sandbags because you don't want the water getting in and causing mold or causing illness when you start walking around in ankle-deep water 24/7 in your house. So it's all about managing fear. And whoever gets through this with the least amount of fear, air quote, wins in this scenario. And of course, like I said, this allows me to actually randomize the difficulty of the scenario that we're dealing with here. Because if any given instant here, okay, this also isn't a perfect system. It's not like a hurricane is only going to do local damage. It will also do infrastructure damage, but it'll be like in the center, right? Let's go back to this graph here. So get rid of fear. Like a hurricane is not necessarily going to do a whole lot of illness, but it will do destruction, disruption, maybe not so much on the injury. So like maybe set that to like 1. Like it's going to be down there. It's going to do a lot of disruption. It's going to do a lot of destruction. Actually, let's... There we go. Like it might cause some injury. It will cause like some of that. Let's go with disruption up to like 3. Yeah, let's do that. It's going to be a lot of destruction. Like it'll damage your house a lot. Well, maybe not. Because people's houses still stand after hurricanes. So it's pretty rounded. It's not going to like make you sick. It might, but it's not necessarily going to make you sick. But what it will do is it'll destroy your house. It'll disrupt local services, and it'll potentially injure you. It will do all 3 of those things, and that's a hurricane. Now, if we compare that... Okay, I got that one downloaded. Let me just rename this. Okay, now let's go with a volcano. A volcano is also not going to do a whole lot of that. It is going to be, however, much more disruptive. It's less chance of injuring you, let's be real. But also, there is a chance it might, like... I don't know. It's probably not going to do that. There you go. So it's going to be more injury, destruction, and disruption. Okay, now let's go with a... A winter storm is going to be purely illness. Like that. It will do absolutely nothing except illness and disruption. And of course, I can modify all these later on as I so desire. Okay, so Winter Storm, Tsunami. Tsunami is going to, let's say, that's going to be a law destruction. And a law disruption. Injury is actually very deadly. Let's go with 4. Illness is probably the least likely thing. I feel like I may have rated Hurricane too low. I don't know. I'll balance these things out. I feel like there's a, let's say, I feel like there's probably a good, like, balance that should be, maybe it would be like a full, like, it can only have up to like 12 points total. So 5, 10, 11, 15 points right here, which is too much. So I need to drop 3. So maybe I'll drop like 1, 2, 3, like that. 1, 4, 3, 4. Except I think the Hurricane also had that same profile. It's kind of hard to tell. I'm just gonna. Okay, actually, you know what? I'm also gonna make a note real quick here. Do I have that island still in my history? Yes. Prideout.net/He-Man. Okay, now this is going to go in there. Anyway, the point is I've got that more or less like sorted. I know what I'm doing there. I just need to like balance things now. So Winter Storm is going to be primarily... Actually, in that case, I don't even need to really do disaster type. I can just do effect. And I can just have a disruption... -1. Actually, no, this is destruction. It doesn't really make sense for sandbags to work against a hurricane, or a earthquake, but you know, whatever. The idea is just to have these things sort of balanced around being able to work in these scenarios in a sort of formulaic way, even if it doesn't make perfect sense. And I can always just make like small caveats, like only works when there's water involved. Just like that. And of course, this means I can also have items that specifically reduce your fear. And then like first aid kits, for example, let's say they don't actually do anything. And they're only actually useful. Like just buying a first aid kit isn't going to do shit. But you need to be able to add time to it. Like it has no scaling time cost, but it will reduce injury. Because just buying the first aid kit will do nothing for you. But if you put time into it, if you just have the spare time that you can invest into it, it'll prevent injuries down the line. And that works as a way to plan out like, okay, I need to have this much time available to do this thing. Now a generator, what would a generator do? Disruption -1. Actually, no, let's just make it disruption -2. Because yeah, so, okay, so that works. Food, you get food, right? When you have food, the fear of dying from lack of services that are going to get to you and rescue you decreases. If you don't have enough food, that fear will keep increasing. It also means that nobody's going to, like, die as a result of this. They just constantly get more and more fear. And then I could set, like, a par score, like, you survive with 0 fear, that means you did great. Or you survive with 10 fear, that means that you're basically a PTSD wreck from now on, and you're going to spend the rest of your life just like in fear of weather or in fear of an earthquake or whatever, that kind of thing. I think this is a pretty good idea, if I do say so myself. It's coming together. It's all coming together. I'm going to have to, like... I'm going to have to really, like, get working on filling this list out, though, because it's going to be stuff that people have to buy, that I have to balance out, the bonuses that you get from this, which, thankfully, I do have 2 days to work on it. But it is still a whole thing. I spent way too much time making this fucking map. Did I need to spend that much time making this map? Not really, but it's nice that I did. What else? Air filter. Air filter would be like illness -1. This basically works like rations for something like a volcano or a why did wildfire disappear from my list here. So only for pollutant disasters, or let's say, actually, you know what? Water filter destruction -1, and then illness -1. Instead, you get clean water, then your disruption cost keeps going down, right? You don't have to worry about food as much. But also, clean water helps keep things clean for you, you know? Hygienic. Space heater is going to be illness -1 and then nothing. Because why would it? Why would a space heater like do anything after the first bid? What are you gonna do with a space heater if you keep using it, right? Okay, so illness. Let's go with I have to have ration equivalents for everything. There has to be ration equivalents for everything out there. Because if there isn't, then what are you going to do, right? All right. So that's disruption, illness, destruction, and injury. Maybe it would be like secure straps or something. Like something to like tie stuff down so it doesn't fly around or cause harm or anything like that, or you don't have to worry about things causing injury to you. I don't know, it's kind of an abstraction, but I feel like there has to be something like that. And then I can balance everything else around those. And then destruction. How do I reduce destruction for low cost? Duct tape. Duct tape's not going to do shit against a hurricane, but it'll make you feel better. And if you duct tape enough, you can make a whole new house out of it. There you go. Those are the rations. I don't like yellow. There you go. Maybe the medicine should just be assorted pills. All right, after this, yeah, I'm going to be back in a moment, and then we're going to finish off with another just a little bit of seeing if I can, like, just come up with a bunch of ideas, and then I can do the scaling for prices and all that stuff later. I'll be back in a moment, though. All right. You know what? Actually, let's see. How much is a roll of duct tape? $10? Oh, that's... I could work with this. Securing straps are pretty on there too. How am I going to prevent... Actually, you know what? Bandages. Just regular old bandages. Just, like little teeny bandages. Or they can be like bandage wraps. Whatever works. And now we can scale. So let's say a group of students gets $300, right? Now I'll scale things up. So let's say $50 for this, probably $30 for that. A generator, disruption -2. Let's say that's $150. No, let's keep it at 100. Depending on how much money you have, that is having the extra disruption negative there may be worth way more than the amount of time you're using. I'm also going to have to decrease the amount of time, I think. Because this is 0 time, then this is 1, then 3. And already at that point, well, no, let's see here. 1, 3. Then you have to balance out time versus disruption. Because if you have enough time left, you can keep doing the food stuff to reduce your disruption score. But the generator will do it relatively cheap. Like, food score is going to just keep going up, and that's going to take more and more time, which you're not going to be able to spend. So for the price of 2, you can get 2 disruption. Maybe I should make that 3 instead. Go. Okay, so generator, I think 100 is good. For this, for the water filters, I would say I would make this like 20. First aid kit, I would go... Let's make that 25. Air filter, since this is really going to be only useful in specific scenarios, let's make that 15. Space heater, let's make that... let's make that 70. The idea is to have the generator... I could even make the generator... Nah, because if it's 100... I think 100 is good for disruption minus 3. So what else could I use here? Let's get like a radio. The radio is going to be like 150. And that'll be 0 time cost. And that's fear minus 1. So fear minus 1 and added time double cost. So if you have the ability to, you can just like pay all your spare time into the radio, and that'll just decrease your fear value by a lot. But you need to have a lot of free time to be able to do that. What else? What else? What else can I put on the list? I would love to have some suggestions from people who have lived through natural disasters. Oh, right. Another thing I was thinking about is new locations. So one thing you can do, which will cost like a lot of money, like $150, is a key. And the key lets you go to a different location or get a different, or like pick up a vehicle that will let you go to a new spot or something. And that is actually why I spent all that time making that map. Because the map of Pahu Island, right there, is not just there as like a postcard telling you where you're going. It's actually there as a means of getting you safe. So there are really 4 locations you can actually go to: Mount Pahu, Ola City, Paradise Docks Resort, and Lighthouse Island. If you want to get, there's no reason to go to the nature reserve. That is basically just there to show you that, oh, the forest is burning in this area. That's where the forest burns down. That is literally all the reason it exists. It is just there to die. So, let's say we have a key. Let's see, we have a key to a boat. Let's see. Paradise Docks gets you to Mount Pahu. So you can get the boat key for, let's say, 100. The Paradise, let's see, key limo, which will get you to Paradise Docks for 150. Key to a camper for 100. Which get you to Mount Pahu, and key apartment, which will get you to the Ola City high rise, and that'll be, let's say, 100 as well. Now, what do those do? Time cost. Let's say this is a 2-time. No, this is probably gonna be a 3-time cost for both of those. That's gonna be a 2-time. That'll be like a 1-time, given that, you know, sort of the distances you have to travel. The effects here are, if you go to Lighthouse Island, reduce volcano destruction. Those will give you different modifiers on how things go. So if you are on Lighthouse Island, which is all the way down there, you're going to be far away from the volcano. So you're not going to have to worry about volcanic ash or the volcano, like lava getting to you. And you're also going to be basically immune to wildfires. Well, not necessarily. Pretty much immune to wildfire. So you're going to be immune to the tsunami, the volcano, and wildfire destruction. But if you read it wrong, you're going to be in a bad spot when the tsunami and flooding starts. Similarly, if you decide to go up to Mount Pahu, you're going to be in a bad place if the wildfire and the volcano comes by, but you're also going to be in a much better place if the tsunami or flooding happens. Paradise Docks, since it's over on the beach, is probably going to be a reduction in... Let's see here. Mount Pahu, reduce tsunami, flooding, destruction, increase. So, Paradise Docks. If you decide to move to Paradise Docks, over there on the coast, you are going to be... let's see here. You're going to be worse off for... You're going to... Okay, so reduce earthquake... and winter storm destruction, increase hurricane, and let's see, earthquake, winter storm, volcano, volcano wildfire, tsunami, flooding, winter storm, hurricane, tornado, earthquake. My thought being that if you're going to you're going to be there, right? If you're going to be in Paradise Docks, you are going to be close to the ocean. It's going to be low hanging buildings relatively. You're going to have the cabanas on the beach. You're going to be like, if a cabana collapses on you, you're going to be like just digging yourself out of hay and straw for a minute. Like the beach cabana is not like a house cabana. And even if it's a house one, it's not going to be that big of a deal. Winter Storm, it's going to be a resort. It's going to have heated pools. It's going to have luxury assembly stuff. It's going to be fine and dandy for everything. Now, on the flip side, hurricanes and tornadoes are just going to destroy that place. Straight up. Like, a hurricane is going to rip the place to shreds because it's not designed to be structurally sound. It's designed to be nice. Tornadoes, similarly. Realistically, tornado will just do that to anything, but you know what I mean. Now, the Ola City high-rise, I'm going to say it is going to be, because it's in the middle of the city, it is going to be more, I don't know, it really shouldn't be more resistant to anything, period. At all, really. So let's see, the Ola City high-rise is going to... What should I do with the Ola City high-rise? What possible justification can I give for the high-rise being more resistant to hurricanes and tornadoes? Maybe it was built in the city and it was sort of designed with that in mind, but because it's in the middle of the city, an earthquake is bad, and then like heavy snowfall will shut down the infrastructure even harder. Maybe. Okay, maybe it should be effects instead of destruction. That probably makes more sense. There. And then finally, key helicopter. 300. Time cost, all time. Effect, leave the island. In every scenario, causes immediate failure. In every scenario, will crash and leave users stranded. Gotta have a trap option in there. How does it work against every scenario? They don't leave before the tsunami and stuff comes in. That's it. Like, if it's an earthquake, the helicopter landing pad just like collapses and they can't take off. If it's a winter storm, it won't start. If it's a tsunami, then it's like hit by the tsunami. If it's a volcano, it gets choked. The engines get choked up. Same with a wildfire. If it's flooding, the engines get flooded. If it's a tornado, it just gets grounded. If it's an earthquake. The joke is it's a trap option. You are not supposed to pick that, and if you do pick that under the assumption, I'll have it easy. You get it rough. You get it rough. See, will these really do anything? No. All right, is there anything else I can add? There's got to be more stuff. Like at this point, it would be stuff like sheet metal. Like sheet metal stuff, like that. And it would be like, use this, and that's 100, time cost 2, destruction -1. And it's basically just like an upgraded version of the wooden planks, but you have to spend more money to do it. Or... I don't know, a grill. You got a grill, right? 100, time cost 1. Basically all you're doing is just lugging it there. And then disruption -1, no scale. So you can keep pumping time into that and you'll just won't have to worry about it. You pay $100, you get a fancy grill just to grill up your food. 10 times the amount of money you would spend on just regular food, but it doesn't scale up. Or you don't have to worry about it scaling up, something like that. There's a bit of nuance lost with how simplistic I'm making this stuff, but at the same time, it does need to be very simple in order to like fit, because it's got to be something that can just be like shown to somebody and they'll go, oh, I get it. But the actual effects I can work out later, I think. Oh, actually, you know what? Disruption, no scale. And this is only added time replaces food added time. So instead of like added time bonus here scaling up, if you buy a grill, your added time bonus no longer happens. Or rather, the food added time bonus no longer scales up with increasing cost for time. It just keeps going. So if you buy the grill, you just get to go, oh yeah, I'm flipping burgers, this is great. Whereas if you didn't buy the grill, you can buy more food perhaps, but you won't be able to get as much out of it. I should probably give these a 1 cost. I should probably give these a 1 cost, because if it costs 0, that means that you can just buy all of that. You can just buy 10 days worth of this and it's fine. Yeah, I'm gonna make these 1. I think this is fine because that's effective. No, these ones have to be a 1. Yeah, they have to be 1. These ones have to cost something because otherwise you can just buy 30 things of food. And that's it, and be fine. And then you don't have to worry about food anymore, ever. Of course, if you buy that much food, it's not going to cancel out everything. This is effectively like a balancing act where you're trying to cover as many of your bases as possible, and then there's a random aspect of I don't know how big this is going to be. I know it's going to be a hurricane, for example. Or I know it's going to be a tsunami, but I don't know how big the tsunami is. What the fuck is going on here? There. Jeez. Like, I can see it's going to be a tsunami, which means I know it's going to be like... What the fuck was that? What the hell is... What is this? Oh, there's something going on in the background here. This is stupid. Okay. This is stupid. Something's broken here. Okay, there you go. There's the tsunami, right? So I know the tsunami is going to be... It's not going to make me sick. So going here, I can skip on the medicine. I can get 2 or 3 things of medicine maybe, and that should cover me. But I know it's going to be very disruptive. I know it's going to be very destructive, and I know it's going to injure me. So I need to get bandages. I need to get a lot of food to make sure I'm ready for the disruption to happen, and I need to get a lot of duct tape ready to make sure I have enough destruction going. So I can spend most of my 30 time tokens getting all that stuff together. Or you can go, okay, but also, since I know a tsunami is coming, if I go to Mount Pahu instead, I can spend 100 on an RV, which saves me time, but that'll reduce the effects of the tsunami. So I can just straight up ignore medicine. I can cut the amount of duct tape, food, and bandage wraps I have by half. And then I can buy other things, or rather I can buy more stuff that'll increase my resistance and lower the fear that I'm going to be getting. What I'm thinking is maybe what I should do is the numbers on these are a multiplier. So a tsunami has a 1 for illness, a 4 for destruction, a 3 for injury, and a 4 for disruption. Roll a d4. A d4 is going to tell you how much this is going to be in the end. So, or maybe, no, wait. 2d4? 4 is 32. 32 is a lot. Okay, what would the max be? If I did it at 5, if I did a 5 score and rolled 2d4, that would be 40, which is not viable because you can't actually even counter that. So if I do a d6, that'd be 30, which is doable as a counter. And then I think a d6 would probably be the best option. D6, have these as a multiplier. So you roll the 6, you roll the d6, and let's say I roll a 6. Illness is going to be 6, which means I need 6 medicine to offset it, plus 24 duct tape, 24 food, and 18 bandages, which you can't afford. You cannot afford that. That is 48, 30, 54... 60, 72. That's 72. That's a total number of 72, which you cannot do that. You cannot afford that using the basic options. So, you've got to start thinking strategically. Okay, if I go to Mount Pahu, that'll reduce the roll by half. You know what I should probably do? I should probably do a 2d6 and then take the higher. I'll write that down. Time, 30 tokens. Starting money, 300. And let's say, each disaster has a radar chart up to 5. That's so in the off chance I roll snake eyes, it becomes like a nothing. The tsunami is a nothing. You can afford to fix this tsunami yourself. That's 7. It's 13. You can do that easily. But let's say you do that. And then if you do this, okay. Actually, let's do this. Volcano wildfire effects times 0, 5. There. So the roll will be multiplied by 0.5 in the favorable location or 1.5 in the unfavorable location. So you have to know where you're going. Doesn't matter if you spend enough. It doesn't matter if you spend enough money to just go wherever you want. I should probably just equalize those out at 100. But yeah, I think that could work. So what you would do is you would go here and you would go, okay, I'm gonna spend the 100. I'm gonna spend the 100. I'm gonna go up to Mount Pahu. So I'm gonna be perfectly fine from the tsunami. The tsunami's effectiveness is gonna be reduced by half. It's only 36 now, which is way, way less damaging. So now that I know that, I can go, okay, I'm at Mount Pahu now. Actually, I should probably equalize all these things, given that it's kind of a... There's no difference between any of these, so I might as well just equalize them. It's not like the boat does anything else. Like, you can't leave on the boat. These are just to, like... This is just do this. All right. So you go to Mount Pahu. You're sitting up in Mount Pahu. The tsunami comes in. Effects are greatly reduced. Instead of a 2d6, I only roll instead of rolling a 6 on the die, I only roll a 3 on the die, which means the illness is only at 3, which can be countered up to, why does it do that? Let's see, 3. So illness is only going to cost me 30 and 3 time. Disruption and destruction are going to cost 12 apiece, so that's 24. Disruption is, let's see, 24. That's... I can buy, let's say, 12? No. I guess maybe I should make it so you can only buy 1 of each. Maybe? No. something to ponder on. But that's the basic concept. Is now that I spent 100, I only have 200 to work with, but that 200 becomes like significantly more valuable because it's got basically double the effectiveness it would have previously. I spend 100 and now I have 400 effectively. As long as I spent it right. Of course, if I spend it wrong, then that's a 9 multiplier going on instead. And of course, if it's a 1, it's like, whatever. It's nothing. You go up to Mount Pahu and the tsunami is like barely even tickling your toes and just go, oh, yeah, whatever. I'm going to take a nice little swim next time. All right. Is it raining outside right now? I guess so. All right, that's all I got for today, though. That's what I wanted to do. That's what I wanted to take care of. I've got the basic gist down. This is the hardest part whenever you're starting a project. It's always like the first step is always the hardest one to make, but once you have that going, once you see what you're doing, you can just keep moving forward, and it's much easier because you've got your path set. When you have literally an infinite number of paths and routes you can go on, it's the hardest thing in the world to do anything. But now that I know what I'm doing, all I have to do is just like fill this out. I could do sheet metal. I could invest in power tools. There you go. Power tools, 100. Time cost, 1. Destruction, -1. Destruction, -1. No scaling. At a time replaces duct tape at a time. There you go. There you go. Power tools, that works. Now the power tools are better. I do need to figure out if these are things you can buy multiples of, or if these are things that you can only buy one of. That's something I need to figure out. I'm thinking you buy multiple of them. I'm thinking you buy multiple. Yeah, I'm thinking you can buy multiple because that means that yeah, you can buy multiple, and all that does is yeah, if you buy multiple, you still have to like use the time bonus on all of them. So it's going to be less effective as time goes on. Or maybe I should have them buy multiple, but then the added time bonus is not multiplied by that. No, it's fine if I do it this way. It's fine if I do it that way, because even let's say you buy 30 food, right? Or 15 food. You save $150, and then you use the time bonus in order to double your food up. In that case, maybe I should make them cost 0, because they do still have a money limit. Like, they do still have the money limit there, and I like having the money limit just means like they can't buy an infinite amount of these things anyway. Yeah, I think this is fine. First aid kit can still do that since it's going to be a yeah, since it's going to be like scaling. Oh, no. No, because then that just becomes like a straight up better version of medicine for slightly more cost. There's no reason to buy medicine when you can use the first aid kit. Of course, there's no reason to buy multiple first aid kits, which is fine, but there just becomes straight up no reason to buy it if you have that. And I'll keep that at 3. I'll make that 30. You know what? Wooden planks can work for everything. They're still going to be useful for, like, keeping stuff out. All right, I think this looks good. That is where I'm going to leave that then. I've got to keep working on this thing, just plugging away. Really, at this point, now that I have the basic rules sort of mostly formed in my mind, at this point, it's really just filling this shopping list out and then formalizing it into a format that can be presented. So, yeah, that's where I'm going to leave that. As always, thanks for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of your day, night, evening, what have you. As always, you have been listening to Stream Beats. This is... God, really? There. This is the... Which playlist is this? This is the Lo-Fi playlist. Enjoy the rest of your day, night, evening, what have you. I will be back tomorrow, maybe. Depending on how much of this I have to do. If I do, it's going to be Pathfinder. If I don't, then I'll be working on this. And you know what? If it gets good enough, I think I will release this on itch.io or something. I'll just straight up release it. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of your day, night, evening, what have you. And see you next time.